Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Due to YouTube's changing quote-unquote community standards, I created a channel called Grumpy Old Fart over on Rumble, a free speech alternative to YouTube. You can see all of my stuff over there, including my political and social commentary, as well as my current events videos. The links to my YouTube and Rumble channels, as well as links to let you order my books, are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an alien abduction video on a case from 2001. The abduction of Amy Rylance. R-Y-L-A-N-C-E. Rylance. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but I'm going to say Rylance. Anyway, and I apologize because everybody deserves to have their name said right. Alright, let me get into this. Amy and Keith Rylance and their business partner Petra Heller were working on their business, the Whispering Winds Winery in Queensland, Australia. Keith and Petra had gone to bed while Amy stayed up watching television. She ended up falling asleep. There was a big storm raging outside, and she fell asleep right there watching TV. Well, at 11:15, Petra Heller woke up. She went into the front room. Her screams woke up Keith, and he bolted away. He ran into the front room and saw Petra in shock. He could not get her to respond, so he searched for Amy, but could not find her. He couldn't find her anywhere. Finally, he was able to get Petra calmed down, and she related what had happened. She saw a rectangular beam of light levitating Amy up to a waiting disc-shaped UFO. The window was broken, the screens were torn, bushes outside were burned, so it was obvious something did happen here. Keith called the police at 11:40. The police searched the area and could not find Amy Rylance. Here's where it gets weird. While the police were still at the house doing their like it didn't get weird before. Sorry. While the police were still at the house investigating their initial investigation, doing their initial investigation, the phone rang. The caller said that Amy Rylance had been found in the town of Mackay in Australia, which is 800 kilometers or 500 miles away. Amy had awakened in an area with trees. She'd walked for a long time and found a road. Following the road, she eventually found a petrol station, gas station. This is Australia, remember, where she received water and was taken to a hospital. Amy was confused, dehydrated, sore, and lethargic. The Mackay police put her into a motel while they waited to try to sort things out. Amy said she'd awakened in a strange rectangular room. This is what she said during the abduction. She'd awakened in a strange rectangular room. A voice told her to be calm. Then a, quote, guy entered and repeated for her to be calm. The man said he was going to return her nearby because, quote, the lights were wrong, and it was not safe at the winery. This is what the guy said. They're going to return her, but they got to go. They can't put her back where she was. They're going to put her nearby because the lights were wrong and it wasn't safe. Could it possibly be that they were afraid that the police were there? You never know. Anyway, Amy fell asleep again and then awakened when she was in the trees. That's when she woke up in the trees. Amy had experienced time. Her hair had grown, and she was suffering from dehydration. Now, what I mean by her hair had grown, she dyed her hair blonde, and between the time she was abducted and the time that she was at the hospital, her hair had grown, and the black roots or the dark roots were showing. Okay. Keith and Petra drove the 8 hours to pick Amy up. And when they got there, they contacted a UFO research group. Keith wanted to contact the media against the advice of the UFO researchers. So you know, I'm that right there makes me kind of leery about any story, people who want to get famous off of it. However, here are some facts that cannot be denied. First, Amy had strange triangular marks on her inner right thigh and on both heels. Amy's hair had grown, showing her dark roots under her blonde hair dye. Doctors at the hospital stated that Amy had not eaten for days and was very dehydrated. Somehow, Amy had traveled 500 miles in a few hours, but had spent more than 3 days there in the same amount of time. So, it was not missing time. It was like, it's going to sound weird, she was abducted, and then she reappeared 500 miles away within a few hours. But in that time, she had experienced 3 days. So there's time dilation of some type going on. Keith reported being chased later on. Keith reported being chased by men in black, quote unquote men in black, in a 4-wheel drive van. Shortly afterwards, all three of these people disappeared. Neither Amy, Keith, or Petra have been seen since 2001. Now, this is one of those stories that makes you wonder, because the damage to the house could have been faked. I mean, that you can hoax that. The damage to the a lot of this could easily be hoaxed. But you get to where she had been in the trees and like that for 3 days at least, where her hair had grown and she was dehydrated. Yeah, that tells me something was going on. And the marks on her body, her thigh and her heels, something happened there. You don't know what, but something happened, and it bears further investigation. Now, when we say these 3 people have disappeared and haven't been seen since then, we don't know what happened to them. Were they abducted by the men in black? Are they living with the aliens somewhere? Are they just under the radar and hiding because they don't want to be seen? We don't know. But the fact of the matter is, they're gone and nobody knows where they are. At least nobody that's coming forward. So, all I ask is you do your own research and find out. If you can find out more information about this, please put it in the comments. This is one of those interesting cases that I couldn't resist making a video about. So if you get the opportunity, do some research and put some if you find out more information, put it in the comments. I'm sure everybody would be glad to read it. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all. Clarissa Lowe, a historian from the future. Delmore Kane, a Civil War veteran turned outlaw. This oddball pairing faces a conspiracy of epic proportions spanning the centuries. If you like action and adventure westerns with a splash of science fiction and fantasy, check out my book series Drifters and their ongoing adventures.